So, 2015. Damn, what a weird year. Lots of stuff happened. A new life with my new wife, a regime change in our government, and those motherfuckers kept striking at my channel. Seriously, fuck those heads. Okay. Bring it in. Think positive thoughts. Seriously, fuck those guys. And it took most of the year to get through Evangelion. What hasn't changed? Still love anime and still gonna die. Eventually. So like last year, let's take a look back at what stood out for me. Same rule, only stuff I've watched and stuff that I've finished. 7 I like, 3 I don't. So Heavy Object still has time to really impress me. Anyway, here are the run-ups. Right, let's start this. I hear otaku is supposed to be a derogatory term, but if geek and nerd can turn it around, so too can otaku take it back. No surprise we have shows that pander to otaku with an otaku main character about the otaku doujinshi scene. Okay, was Seikano actually a documentary about the otaku scene? I honestly think they had the checklist they were going through, and were taking the anime tropes they could add in and still maintain the show as a slice of life. I mean, let's get this out of the way, this is just otaku pandering. Obviously. But the comedy was funny, the characters were lovable, and you could understand their motivations and their hesitations. This show was a window into the whole doujinshi scene, as we see a group of creators who love their craft and want to create something special. And yet the most normal person showed no emotion. I totally shipped her and Inaho. Okay, with the pandering done, let's get into an anime about big, manly men doing manly stuff. That just happens to be a shoujo. I honestly didn't think I'd be this into a romance anime. I have to say, I loved how it broke all the conventions. The girl isn't so superficial and shallow that she needed to learn how to accept a person's insides. The best friend was an enabler instead of being an obstacle. And the guy not being a hunk still exemplifies what the girl should look for in a boyfriend. Lots of great comedy, really cute moments, and I was rooting for Takeo and Yamato all through the end. Ain't love grand? Go. With my choices so far, you could think I'm losing my man cred. Relax, the next pick covers the topic of death. So stop trying to light those pitchforks. I'm not gonna This did a great job of exploring human nature and how far a person would go to protect number one. While in most cases it boiled down its characters to their selfish core, it was still real and very believable. I loved the mystery element, always wondering who did what and which one would get the reward and which the punishment. It was a very interesting setting for the afterlife. Oh, and that opening theme. Yeah, you all dance to that. Yum. The villagers are stirring. That wasn't enough to pacify them. Okay, how about this? Number 4 is a shonen. That has to do with cooking. Yeah, definitely food porn. I mean, the orgasm every time they eat. And this is the first anime from JC Staff that I genuinely liked. Soma is just way over talented and bringing up some really great recipes that I definitely going to try in real life. A lot of the tone makes you forget that this isn't actually a battle shonen. because the cooking battles give the same intensity and keeps you on edge. So I'm glad to hear this is getting a second season. What new recipes is he gonna come up with? Oh yeah, he also swings the other way. Ew. Well, that set them off. Now I got a zombie horde demanding I turn in my man card. While I take care of this, might as well handle the bad stuff too. What really got me into anime is the whole sense of continuity. You can't actually just watch one episode without watching the next and the next and the next, and if you miss anything from behind, you'll be lost. I like that. Recon didn't give me anything of the sort. You could start the show from any episode and not get lost at all, because it's always coming back to the status quo. There's no sense of conflict. I don't see the characters trying to achieve anything. So basically, this show just panders to people that like watching cute girls do cute things, and that was just not for me. Seriously, someone introduced Toei to a dictionary, let them check out pacing and know what it means, because they have no clue. Why do they have to drag everything this long? We got treated to an entire minute of every character's face after asking a simple question. In reality, someone would have said why are you staring blankly and not giving us an answer. But nope, we're having an entire minute of this face, that face, that face, and that's not even the worst of it. And thing is, I am up to date with the manga. Wall Trigger is really good. This is just a really terrible adaptation. Toei, seriously. And they're doing the same thing on One Piece. It's just really pissing me off. Ufotable? What the hell, man? I know you can do better than this. Granted, this anime had the best visuals I have ever seen. The hand-drawn, the painting, it's beautiful. But the story you attach to this thing is just really dull. It feels like you're trying to be Attack on Titan, but no. And you're so in love with having your characters pose and walk slowly, even in the middle of an attack. It's not like the situation doesn't have any sense of urgency to it. Cool guys, don't look at explosions because the explosion means the thing has ended. We are in the middle of a crisis, so stop. Yeah, okay, no, just whatever. I kind of feel like I'm cheating with God Eater because there's still some more episodes to be released. It's supposed to be released this winter, but instead it got pushed to spring or something. But you know what? I don't care. It was that bad, just had to mention it. And I'll be happy to say that I only dropped one show this year, Dance with Devils. It was quite a shock to my system when they started singing. So yeah, on top of the whole Twilight vibe, it's a musical. Definitely not for me. Like taking Mozart to a rock concert. You might like it, but the chances are really slim. This would be better as a stage show. Oh. It has a stage show. Okay, that one might be cool. Well, that was messy. And to think all those bird-herd man children needed was a bit of patience.
Sam.
Number 3 is a battle shonen with a group of really overpowered mofos who are awesome and they know it. Still not you. It's nice to have a shonen where the protagonist doesn't have to work at being good. They are already badass. I don't think these characters are going to get any stronger. Maybe fight smarter and get better weapons, but I don't think they're getting any stronger. The 7 Deadly Sins are badasses and they know it, and it's great to see them in action. I love the whole English myth setting, I love the epic battles, and I loved how every character had a secret that is dying to come out. So yeah, rushing towards the next season. It is tough not jumping into the manga for this one. Yeah, number 2 could really help with the mess on my front door right now. Lots of bodies for those parasites to chew on. Shut up, I'm a nice guy. Anime version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and it was a great horror. Not just in the suspense and the gore department, they did that great, but I love the sense of isolation Shinichi goes through. He feels isolated from the rest of humanity because of his condition, and in those periods Migi is asleep, he feels alone and vulnerable, and it is fascinating seeing his inner thoughts in those moments. Overall, the show questions the nature of humanity and has this whole environmental narrative. Though they were one of the 2 plot points I really wish they explored in more detail, and also the whole dubstep soundtrack was kind of a letdown. But still, it had great atmosphere and was one of the best horror animes I've seen. And now, for the anime that really stuck with me, you know what, screw it. Number 1 is as obvious as sand in the desert. I mean, it even has a 1 in the title. Now, I could talk about the colorful characters, the great epic fights, the laugh out loud humor, but instead I'm just going to give you a one-punch montage. So that was my top anime of 2015. Lots of good stuff to look forward to in 2016. I cannot wait. Seriously, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.